Alright, what do we got? Well, I guess this was supposed to be like it kicks you out and then you can kind of hack people's computer and then you meet her. But I already hacked people's computer, so...
Here.
Hey, Melody.
He's waiting for us.
Do you ever change your hairstyle? It's been a month.
I just watched some of your footage from this week. It's amazing. Blackbeard was mental. And we all got so excited that we started talking about this idea for a trailer about him. Maybe start with him drinking, talking to some pirates, telling a story.
Are you cutting off her dialogue? Really?
Then we cut to him leaping across the deck of his boat and... Sorry, his ship, not boat. But jumping around the deck of his ship, swinging from ropes, and fighting like a devil. I mean, obviously we're gonna have to manipulate some of the existing footage to get it looking good, but it could be great. I'm getting a shiver in my timbers just thinking about it. Sorry.
No, I think it's a solid idea. Or you could just take Edward Kenway's story and make him a supreme badass, cause he was, okay? Canonically, in terms of the footage I've recorded, his ship is amazing already.
Bonjour, ça va? I hope we're not late.
No, you can go right.
Hi, Melanie. I saw you just walked in. I need a few minutes with you alone. Laetitia is on the phone and we're discussing the Kenway project.
Oh, yes, of course. Sorry about this. I'll call you when we're ready.
Okay. I'll be here. How you
Shouldn't
doing?
be long.
How long you been working here?
Hello?
Oh.
Hello? Do you have a second? Of course you do. Head to the waypoint on your map. I have another job for you. I'd like to link all the cameras in the building to a central monitoring system, but most aren't calibrated correctly. Head to the right of Olivier's office. And if the receptionist complains, act like you're using the toilets.
Okay. Hey! I'm gonna use the toilets. Yeah, it's gonna take me a while. A very long while. It's a combination. It's a number 3. Just saying. Source is closed because of the fact of working on something. Devils of the Caribbean! Cool. Okay. Anything else? Internal focus groups testing for pirate grooming will begin soon, in order to identify the most appealing aspects of authentic pirate style. Hey! If you're willing to pose as a beard and hair model, please contact your manager to learn how to participate. God, I wish I could grow facial hair. Like, in a good amount. Maybe puberty will hit me someday.
Locked door. Not a problem. Voila. You now have level 2 security clearance. Not bad for your first few weeks.
Thank you,
Find the
John.
control station first.
John's a really generic name. I'm just saying. Alright.
I'll update your communicator.
Hello there. They don't really have too many cameras or a security guard manning them. Desmond Miles. Hey, Desmond! You're dead.
Oh, this is an interesting security measure. It looks like you need to find the right combination of numbers to adjust the wave. Easy enough, right? Pick a number selector, then change its value. Once you find the right combination of numbers, you should get access.
I need the twirl. Okay. Navigate between numbers using the left and right, or left and right on the left analog stick. Change the values using left and right on the right analog stick. Okay. The goal of this hack is to find prime numbers, which, when multiplied together, will result in a number matching the target number of this puzzle. Oh, you've got me fucking doing math shit? If the last digit is even... Whoa. If the last digit is even, divisible by 2, or 0, then at least one of the multipliers is 2. If the sum of all digits is divisible by 3, then at least one of the multipliers is 3. If the last digit of your sum is 5 or 0, then at least one of the multipliers is 5. How about I just randomly do shit? I'm not doing any math in this. Ah! Okay, so my target number is 70, so that means the number is gonna be 2, so we'll say 2, fucking, let's see. This sucks. This really sucks. Oh, man. We'll just try and multiply it so it looks decent. Haha! Randomized numbers, baby!
It works.
And if we want information on assassins or Templars or the observatory or whatever the fuck else interests
us, Olivier, you will deliver it. Full stop.
Uh-huh.
I understand that, Leticia. I'm sorry if that came out wrong. We are not trying to be a bottleneck here, but we just don't have the resources right now to do 2 times the research.
Finding that balance is your priority. Your entertainment products are simply a means to pay the bills for larger and more important work. That's the way the world works. Dirty money buys clean hospitals. You get it?
We're on board, Letitia, rest assured. We have our best employee working on this, but it will take time.
That means you.
Good.
Ah.
And thank you. The both of you. I look forward to seeing what you deliver. Until then, I'll see you at the shareholders meeting, Olivier.
Looking forward to it. Bye-bye. Tabarnak! It's a little too early for that kind of abuse, huh? Come on.
So, what's next?
We do as the lady says. Focus on the observatory.
I'll get to it eventually.
Assassins, Templars, crazy talk. I'm curious about this shareholders meeting, though. How about you break into Olivier's office and see if you can find his schedule? Oh, what? You don't like that idea? Well, how about I blow the fucking whistle on you, hacker? I own you. What I mean is, I don't want to ruin your life. So, do as I say. Now, step over to the window.
John, you're a little bit insane, but okay. I'll do it because I'm a voiceless yes man and there's nothing I can really do otherwise. I just hack things and there's nothing else. My character doesn't have any reactions to give the world or anything like that. John, I just came to a realization. There are sticky notes placed all around the place with QR codes on them. The only people who would ever use QR codes for sticky notes would be someone or people who have an understanding of middle ground technology. The only people who have access to these security areas that I know of totals in a grand area of 1. So John, dear old crazy John, are you the guy writing these notes? Are you the crazy guy sticking all of these out here, praising Juno? Okay, John. I'm onto your little shtick, pal. You may have
Waltz into Olivier's office
a
through
little
the
bit of
front
control
door,
over
so
me.
I've opened another route. Up we go. Did you know that Abstergo was run by Templars? Oh, yes. Sounds like crackpot stuff, I know. But then again, the moon landing was fake, right? So, anything's possible.
What? What do you mean the moon landing was fake? That wasn't fake! I saw it inside the animus! It wasn't fake. They took a fucking piece of a piece of Eden
right.
to the moon.
Either you walk through that door or throw yourself off the terrace. Those are your options.
Well, I can't actually physically do that last part, so yeah, not much I can do about that. Alright, let me look around. We already looked around for a sticky note. Wait. Yeah, no.
Oh, well done, kiddo. Find his computer. Make it snappy. We're looking for the shareholders meeting schedule. It's worth a lot of money to us.
Yeah, money. Okay. I like how John's supposed to be kind of like our replacement for just random knowledge in the world. I think that's bullshit. It's like, hey, you can have more than one character, Ubisoft. We have John, the crazy guy. Well, what if I want my faceless, voiceless guy to do some shit too? Just saying. I think it'd be cool. But hey, whatever. I came up with my revelations already. John is some dick who praises Juno. At least that's that's what I'm piecing together. In terms of like all the placements of everything. Crazy motherfucker. The Melanie, LeMay, Camera, Naran, Chloe, Christopher, and Evan. From Olivier, whatever the fuck. God, these names. I am terrible with names, bro. Salud. As most of you know, I'll be attending the Chicago What am I doing for this guy? I'm just gonna read it straight up. Salute. As most of you know, I'll be attending the Chicago Shareholders meeting from the 15th to the 17th. Then they'll want to see our progress with the Kenway line. The small amount of data we have already gathered is incredible, and we anticipate even more amazing finds in the near future. The events and people we have seen so far make us confident that the complete experience will be one of the most eye-opening explorations of piracy ever seen. It will take quite a bit of work to scrub the data, objectionable and classified material, but we already have some incredibly promising footage. At the same time, Abstergo Entertainment will soon be announcing a closed beta for our new consumer cloud interface app, sexy name forthcoming. Edward Kenway's virtual pirate experience will be the first complete product on offer and the first of its kind anywhere. An immersive interactive pirate experience drawn from actual historical data. Internal tests of our consumer cloud app have been encouraging, and we anticipate it will be ready in time for the next holiday season if everything goes to plan. So this leads us to a broader question. What other experiences would we like to offer? What other historical... How long is this? Oh, Jesus. Okay, fine. I'll read a little bit faster. Everything goes to plan. So this leads us to a broader question. What other experiences would we like to offer? What other historical periods and locations can we explore? Judging by our current rate of data retrieval, our capacity to produce and understanding of consumption trends, executives at Abstergo Industries have given me the goal of producing one complete virtual experience per annum, in addition to smaller offerings, as our research allows. This includes books, recordings, films, and anything. So Abstergo is Ubisoft's Mary Sue. Okay, Ubisoft. We're allowed to do one game per year, and maybe small spin-off things. Okay. A second related question is this. The sample 17 contain enough compelling data to sustain our current commitment to it? Or should we make a request to Abstergo Industries for additional archive data? Remember that data from sample 1 proved fruitful enough to create our liberation product? Wait. So it wasn't a question, it was just said, remember that data from sample 1 proved fruitful enough to create our liberation project? It is very likely that the research into samples 2 through 16 would bear surprising fruits as well. Thoughts? Hello all. Thanks for opening the discussion. Olivier, just a brief heads up with where we stand now. Wait. Okay. So this one is from Olivier on November 6, 9:46. This one is from November 6, 10:01. Okay, so these are sequential. And this is a response from Melanie. Hello all. Thanks for opening the discussion, Olivier. Just a brief heads up with where we stand now. I've been the Sample 17 project director for over a year now, and my team and I have been able to cobble together a rough list of the most interesting time periods available to us through this single genetic sample. Remember, this is data that has already been fully or partially sequenced by Abstergo Industries. I'll try to be brief. Patrilineal lines. Once I figure out the exact pronunciation, I rule at saying word. But the first time around, it's awful. Patrilineal, I think that's it. Patrilineal line. 15th century, Italian Renaissance. 16th century, Ottoman Empire. 18th century, American colonies, war for independence. 19th century, New England and American Midwest. Matrilineal line. 12th century, Holy Land Crusades. 13th century, Egypt and Northern Africa. 14th century, Ashiga Shogunate in Japan. 18th century, French Revolution. 19th century, Napoleonic Wars. 20th century, Summer of Love, American Coast, or Pacific Coast. Obviously, this is just a small sample of the potential options. The number of ancestors any one person has is well above 30,000 after just 15 generations. So there could be many more surprises waiting for us within Sample 17. However, despite Sample 17's rich heritage, we should not limit ourselves to this alone if we have concrete leads elsewhere. For instance, quite a few men from all sides of my family fought in both world wars, and I even have a great-grandfather who fought in the American Civil War. Managed to meet President Lincoln a few times too. Going this route is a little more costly and time-consuming since the data has not already been sequenced, but it could be rewarding in the long run. In short, if anyone has any confirmed connections to interesting historical events, periods, or cities, or knows of any people who do, please share! I will also be reviewing the past 3 decades of samples collected and sequenced by Abstergo Industries. I recently learned that one of their samples, number 2 I believe, participated in the trial of Jeanne d'Arc. So there's a nice lead right there. Mel. That's interesting. Okay, so before we continue on, so this is they just kind of like threw out a bunch of the different periods that they could use from Desmond's past. And we've already done the Italian Renaissance. I think we slightly touched on the Ottoman Empire. I'm not actually sure. Because Ezio did live until... He did make it into another century and then died, I think. I don't remember the times. Then we have the American Colonial War. We already did that. We have the Holy Land Crusades, which was obviously Altair. And then we have a bunch of stuff. We have Egyptians. We have the Shiga Shogunate in Japan. We have Japanese dudes. The Napoleonic War. French Revolution. Dude. Desmond had a pretty awesome line that could have some pretty interesting things. So this is Ubisoft just going like, hey, we could do this. Alright, let's see what's going on. Suddenly a bunch of pictures. Are these like examples showing what can be shown? Are these assassins? This guy on the left is an assassin. He looks like a badass. I'd like to play as him. And then Egypt. Cool. All good points, Mel. A word of caution though. Sample 2 comes from late Dr. Warren Vidic himself. Oh, collected at some point in the early 80s when he was a young engineer working at Abstergo Industries. So as tempting as Jeanne d'Arc experience sounds, I'm not sure Abstergo Industries would be too keen on letting us rummage around in Dr. Vidic's DNA. It's just a sensitive topic. For my own part, I'm related to Francois... I'm not even gonna try. I'm gonna say Francis. To Francis Xavier Garneau. Garneau? Let's continue. Noted Quebec historian and poet. Exciting, right? A possible lead? Winky face. One additional caveat. Let's avoid digging into any modern period, 20th century, unless we find something incredibly compelling, because as fun as World War II setting might sound, we'd do well to avoid any settings with vehicles, cars, motorcycles, helicopters, tanks, etc. Why, you may ask? Because our research has shown that memory imprinting in individuals is actually hampered by the semi-catonic state most people enter when driving for medium and long periods of time. And this makes data retrieval somewhat more difficult. In short, we don't want to go through the effort of coding extra animus features just for the sake of digging up memories of people driving around in cars. There are other and more efficient ways to experience that. Well, we have the boats! I mean, I guess... controlling a ship is a little bit more interesting, but okay. Olivier, haha. Quebec City is beautiful, but without pirates, ninjas, or zombies, I'm not sure how well a story about a historian would sell. Also, keep in mind, samples 4 and 16 might be off limits too. While doing my own research last month, I caught wind of some exciting characters buried in these gene samples. But as soon as I started digging, I was told by people far, far above me to stop. Very odd, but not surprising, I suppose. AE has a lot of active military contracts, and I assume these had something to do with that. I didn't push back. As far as my own, if anyone is interested, my great-grandfather was friends with Hemingway and Stein and Satie and Picasso when he lived in Paris in the 1920s. No action-packed adventure there, but historically interesting. Just throwing it out there. P.S. Chris, is our lunch meeting on site or off? Femme Olivier, I like how it's mostly between... Oh wait, no, there's Chloe. Okay. Who are these fucking guys? I don't know them. Yes, as much as I love The Lost Generation, I think our first few virtual experiences will need to be a little bit more action-oriented. So wars and major combat operations are always a good starting point. Or any periods of intense conflict, really. As for pirates, ninjas, and zombies, we could easily accommodate the first two, but zombies are a bit, how do you say, ahistorical. Too bad, really. My great-grandmother, for instance, worked alongside Eamon de Valera and Michael Collins for many years during the Irish War for Independence, so it wouldn't be difficult to sequence that small segment of my own genetic memories for our purposes. Olivier, actually there is a factual basis for zombies, or zombification anyways. Read Hurston's book on Haiti, and the strange voodoo practice there. It may not be Hollywood-style zombie magic, but it's creepy nonetheless. In Liberation, Aveline came into contact with voodoo Hongans. If we dug further into that, I wonder what we could find. Her mentor, Agate, was into some weird stuff. KL, off-site, there's a new vegetarian place I want to try. Before we continue on, because I know you guys love me reading things, but random topic, I don't really know my own history. I really don't. I know about as far back as my mom and dad, you know, and maybe a slight bit of my mom's family, and nothing really about my dad, because I haven't seen my dad since I was like 10, so I don't really know anything about my dad's side of the family. It sucks. Though with that said, there are things you can do. You can send your like swabs of spit and things like that to DNA companies, and they will sequence it out for you and show all of your possible heritages. And that one, actually, I think I should do that one day. That sounds kind of cool, because, you know, my name is like European, at least part of my name, and genetically some parts of me look like they could be Roman, according to some charts I've seen. So who knows? That'd be kind of cool. But let's continue on. Okay, zombies. Sorry to be dissenter, but couldn't we be using this technology to educate, not placate? I mean, theoretically, we have all of human history to explore, all of our achievements and brightest moments. So it's a little disheartening to hear we need to focus on wars and conflicts and violence. It's not that I am against violence per se, it's just that violence isn't terribly interesting in bulk. That's all. There's so much more nuance to life. I think we could explore that. I think we could explore that. I think we could explore that. So what if we found the memories of someone who worked with Albert Einstein in his patent office, or Charles Darwin on the Beagle, or Marie Curie in France? Moments where humans showed their very best potential. Okay, come on. Until oily, humorless university professors start paying us eight-figure fees to research the reification of more normative gender signifiers in pre-colonial India, why don't we stick to shit that sells? Ooh, Evan, coming in with the hardcore. He doesn't like, comma shit. I'm talking Jack the Ripper in Victorian London. I'm talking about guillotines. Oh, hold on. Okay. I'm talking about guillotines, Robespierre, Napoleon Bonaparte in the French Revolution. I'm talking about Billy the Kid and Wyatt Earp in the wild American West. I'm talking about Genghis Khan and the Mongoose killing a city of millions in the span of a long summer weekend. Action, blood, adventure, conflict. Because we're not going to earn back 1/10 of the money we have poured into this, reliving the memories of a guy who sat next to Einstein as he bit into his nails while working out the finer details of the general relativity in his head. For fuck's sake, man. This is a business, not a group therapy session. Evan, let's take this offline. Oh. Evan's starting some shit. Evan is like me. He's just like, yo, we have shit to do. And then Olivier is just like, hey, let's take this offline. So what about the time? I think they did show the time. I'm not sure.
You sneaky bastard. A pirate through and through, ain't you? Now, get down to the lobby. There's a courier waiting. Yeah, that's right. I've been planning this for a few hours. Now, wait. The receptionist. Hold on. I'll try something.
Okay. What just happened?
As gullible as ever.
What'd she say to her? Okay, well, before I leave, John, let me look around real quick. Okay, again, no sticky nuts, gotcha. But maybe I could hack.
Now, hurry down to the lobby before I remotely detonate your earpiece.
You can't do that, John. I know how technology works, okay? Shut up. I'm hacking your computer. It's available to me. I wonder what kind of information she could possibly have. Ooh. Okay, those swirly lines are definitely a little bit scary because they like accelerate, oh boy, how fast you're going. And that can be a little bit ridiculous. So that's how come we just gotta go really quick. Heh. What do you got for me, lady? Bypassing standard security. Connection successful. It's probably gonna be emails. Okay. Oliver Bowden. Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Neat. So this is a Journals of Edward James Kenway. I'm just kind of skimming through this because I really don't want to read this entire thing. At this time. What is this talking about?